Hey guys, I'm on my way to my work meeting and I'm doing this on the camera, so I'm going to have to, make sure that I don't go past 10 minutes. You can't just push through OCD. But you can learn how. You have to learn how to manage it and then learn how to use it to your advantage. So obviously, it's got to do with structure and all this. So I used to pray for the day that I could just make changes on the spot. Like if someone said, okay, today we're going to go here, today we're going to go off to the beach and we're going to go in 20 minutes. It wouldn't be so hard for me to change it if it was we're going to the beach today and we'll pick you up in 3 or 4 hours. I would adjust my mindset and like what we're planned for the day and stuff for that. But when it was like 20 minutes or half an hour or in like an hour's time, I used to consider that to be on the spot, and I would say yes because I wanted to have friends and help people out. And yeah, I'm letting the other car go first. A car was pausing, and the car was indicating say go, and it was like a taxi. But the thing was, I wanted to come across to the right-hand side of the lane, right? So we got 3 lanes, and then the third lane here goes. You turn right to go across the bridge, but then once you go forward and you're past this bridge, which is right here, there's only 2 lanes, and it's on the right lane. So the car that was like waiting for me to go was on the left lane. So just like he indicated like 3 or 4 times, and then I stuck my arm out the window to wave past because I wanted to get into the right lane. But what was on the right lane was another van. Sorry, not a car, a van. So I had to wait for the van to go past, otherwise, So, you can't just push. Yeah, as I was saying, you can't just push through it. But it used to be, okay, someone would give me a call, let's go be somewhere in 20 minutes or half an hour, and the 50% of me would want to go, but the other 50% couldn't handle that amount of change. Like, okay, let's go to the beach or something. Like, the beach is like a half an hour drive away, and okay, so we'll pick you up in half an hour, or you pick us up in half an hour, right? So I would say yes, and I'd be excited, but then the OCD would kick in and I'd freak out because it's not what was planned for the day, but however, if it was like 3 or 4 hours away, I could change that, and I'd have my own little like freak out thing, but not like hard out. So there's meltdowns and then there's shutdowns, and then I would control myself and put it to a shutdown, and then I'd spend like half an hour talking to myself that you're gonna go because it's a good thing, and it was a good thing. It was always a good thing. Well, unless it was people just. Well, it's always nice to receive something from someone, but it was like someone pick you up. But I also felt stink if I could never do anything in return. So it was like a battle of the mind to accept anything for free. So like when I was unemployed, my 2 years unemployment in my mid-20s, when it wasn't what I intended, I always liked to work. But there's one thing being undiagnosed ADHD and autism, and then there's another thing not even knowing that you have it, okay? So I'm gonna catch up with someone for a cup of coffee, and they just gave me a call. So the thing is it takes one to know one, and you could tell me now that's Virgo, Wisconsin. Because the car's going to have a label on it, so yeah, they would say, let's meet up in like an hour's time, and I have my 5-10 minute processing time, and then meet up with them. In the past it would have to be like meet up in 4 hours time. It would take me like half an hour to an hour's worth of processing time to realise that the plans of the day has changed. And if it was on the spot, like, man, because it's the 50% knowing that it's good to have friends that want to hang out with you, friends that want to go to the beach and stuff, or go to the movies or whatever. But if it was like just on the spot, out of nowhere, the other 50% was like, because you're having autism in your early 20s and having ADHD in your early 20s, and not only that, but here's the thing: you don't even know that you have it. So a lot of change is happening in your 20s, right? I mean, and the biggest thing that used to get me was I had all these plans for my 20s. I graduated my degree when I was 22. I wanted all these other things to happen, and they were just all falling apart. And obviously I stepped into the job market when the 2008 crash happened, except for I graduated in 2010, but still, so yeah, OCD, you can't just push through it, but you have to, there are strengths to it, but just changing on the spot is just not an option, like on the spot. But if it's like, okay, we're going to change up the plans for the day, and instead of going to this place where we're going to go to in 3 or 4 hours time, or a couple of hours time, we're going to go somewhere else, and as it got better and better, and I used to do things on purpose to go to work on that. I used to do things on purpose to work on that. I used to say, so I'm picking that there was a bit of car that was at Air 2 Union. It's probably going to give me a call soon. Yeah. I used to work on that, and I used to pray for healing and all this type of thing, so that if people called me up and said they wanted to meet up with me in half an hour, that I wouldn't have to have that processing time. So yeah, it might be 5 to 10 minutes worth of processing time when I get ready, but if it's like someone I haven't seen in ages, it would be longer than that, but ages being like months. So yeah, I'm gonna go give my mate a call back.